Good morning. I'm Berks County Commissioner Christian Leinbach. I want to welcome you to our Commissioners Board meeting for February the 29th, the last day of the month of February. We're broadcasting live via Microsoft Teams live event. We're also on BCTV as well as Facebook and YouTube live. We'll begin the meeting with a moment of silence followed by a pledge to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. At this time, I'll recognize my executive assistant, Anne Marie Grill, to read the public comment policy.
Thank you, Commissioner Leinbach. Public comment will be accepted in person and through the Q&A function. Please include your first name, last name, and municipality for all comments. Any comments without name and municipality will not be considered. Each citizen can submit one comment. Comment length is dictated by limitations of the platform being used, Teams Q&A, Facebook, and YouTube. In-person comments will be accepted first, followed by comments submitted virtually. The meeting comment period is limited to a total of 30 minutes, including both in-person and virtual comments. This time period may be extended at the discretion of the board. Please be concise. Comments that are germane to county business will be read during the meeting and should not be considered to be interactive dialogue with the commissioners. The county solicitor shall be the final arbiter of whether a comment is germane and should be read. Any commissioner response to public comment will be done at the discretion of the commissioners.
Thank you very much, Anne Marie. Are there any additions or corrections for the February 22nd meeting minutes? Hearing none, the minutes will stand approved as presented. We had two executive sessions, one on February 23rd dealing with litigation, and another on February 28th dealing with litigation, real estate, and personnel. No public comment in person, no public comment online, so we'll move to the agenda. Item 1, authorizing under that Budget Department, adopt a resolution authorizing 2023 budget transfers in the amount of $209,399, 2023 appropriations in the amount of $34,491, 2024 budget transfers in the amount of $45,500, and 2024 appropriations in the amount of $17,846,958 per listing dated February the 23rd of 2024. We have several items listed under Human Resources. Item 1, authorize the appointment of Sonia Wright to supervisor, third shift at the Berksheim. Item 2, authorize the appointment of Paula Reed to supervisor, third shift at the Berksheim. Item 3, authorize the promotion of Valerie Baldwin from judicial coordinator to judicial administrative assistant in court administration. Item 4, authorize the promotion of Jessica Chernick from part-time program assistant to full-time historic resource coordinator, Parks and Recreation. Several items listed under the commissioners. Item A, adopt a resolution authorizing Joe Rutterow, controller, to execute the letter of engagement between Z&A LLC, certified public accountants, and the County of Berks to perform an audit of the financial statements of the County of Berks for the period ending December 31st of 2023. Item B, adopt a resolution authorizing execution of the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency project modification request form for enhancing services to the Berks County Victims Grant in the District Attorney's Office and further authorizing execution of any and all grant award notifications. Item C, adopt a resolution authorizing Mitchell R. Darcourt, County Treasurer, to open a new bank account with Tompkins Vist Bank. Is it still, it's not Vist anymore. We should just verify that.
I got missed.
I know. We should check that. I think the Vista's been dropped. Just for our records. Not to call anybody out. I just trying to get it correct. Okay. Okay, we'll confirm it.
Tompkins Community Bank.
Yeah, Tompkins Community Bank. Reading, Pennsylvania, to collect and disperse funds associated with county tax collection. Item D, adopt a resolution authorizing the chair to execute the Pennsylvania Department of Human Services Civil Rights Compliance attestation form as part of the 2024 shelter renewal application for the Berks County Residential Center. Item 2, a motion to authorize the execution of contract agreements and amendments as set forth on the contract agenda listing dated February the 26th of 2024. There are 7 contracts, 1 with the Berksheim, 3 with Children and Youth Services, 1 with the Department of Agriculture, 1 with Facilities and Operations, 1 with Purchasing. And then item 3, a motion to authorize execution of the payments and electronic transfers for the week ending February the 29th of 2024.
Motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I will second that motion. The motion has been made and seconded. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The motion is carried. We'll move now to reports of our treasurer and controller. We'll start with Mitch Darcourt, our county treasurer.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Today we have an opening balance of $189,211,755.70. We have a balance to clear of $4,171,001.06, leaving us with a balance of $185,040,754.64.
Thank you very much, Mitch. And we will move now to our county controller, Joe Rutterow. Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. For the week ending 2/29/2024, we have a total accounts payable of $11,690,112.49, a payroll of $5,118,177.04, for a total cash disbursement of $16,808,289.53.
Thank you very much, Joe. We'll move now to our Chief Operations Officer, Kevin Barnhart.
Thank you, Commissioner Linebacker. Our team has nothing to offer at the present time.
Okay, that quickly. We are to Commissioner reports, and we'll begin with Commissioner Michael Rivera.
Okay. Good morning, and thank you. So just a few things here. Want to congratulate all of my Dominican friends. February 27th, this past Tuesday, was the celebration of the Declaration of Independence of the Dominican Republic. It's a very large community here, specifically in the city of Reading, and they contribute a lot to our community here. So congratulations to all of my Dominican friends. My wife's birthday, so she celebrated half a century, 50 years old, which means she's catching up to me. So
boy,
congratulations to Zilk as well.
I would be finished in my career if I announced my wife's age.
So she doesn't care. It's on Facebook. It's on Facebook, and we celebrated her 50th birthday. So the comment is, people thought she was celebrating 30, so that's why. Also want to congratulate RAC, and I was trying to find my email here, and I don't know if you have it, Commissioner Leinbach, but RAC won another award, and it's not pulling up on my computer here, which has been having issues.
It's the Bellwether Award.
The Bellwether Award, and they got this in San Antonio last week, and it's for part of the programming that they do there. So I want to congratulate RAC again for the great work that they do, for putting Reading and Berks County's name on high wherever they go. They receive many, many awards, so they're really a great asset to Berks County. So I want to congratulate Dr. Looney and the rest of her team and the board as well for supporting her. Larry Medali is part of the RAC board as well, because you need a board that supports the president and the leadership of any institution, so to allow them to do the work that they need to do. So thank you very much. I have one other item that I had asked Carmen to look into. Okay, well, while you finalize that, one last item to go over is this weekend is the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania, the spring conference in Harrisburg. Commissioner Leinbach, Santoni, and I will be there. Larry and Kevin will be there for certain days as well. I believe Carmen will be there certain days as well. So we will be there from Saturday through Tuesday. And it'll be, again, learning experience and many, many other good things happening there. Next Thursday, I'll report back on that. And as I know, Commissioner Leinbach does as well when he goes to the conferences. So, Carmen. No audio?
Heck? Okay.
Got to do it again. You have to put share audio when you put your share screen. Okay. Try it one more time, Carmen.
So you go up, you have to unshare your screen.
So my other comment for today was tomorrow is Commissioner Leinbach's birthday. I will not say how old he's turning. I said I'm not saying how old he will be.
65.
Okay, here we go.
Well, you're 1 year older than you used to be, and you're still cool. You've still got it, it's plain to see. You're still cool. Yeah, it's your birthday today. That's why we're here to say that you're still cool.
Well, I know only Carmen could put that together. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you for the thought.
Well,
but Carmen has figured those out. So
happy birthday. Which
well,
is
thank
not
you.
Today, tomorrow, but
that's kind of you.
Don't have any meetings tomorrow. So.
Well, thank you. 2 items that 3 items. Bellwether Award, big deal. I posted up on all of my social media earlier this week. Congratulations to Reading Area Community College. They do such an amazing job. I look over, I'm in my 17th year, started with Dr. White's and now Dr. Looney. But it's not just the leadership. We have a great board of trustees, the foundation, but our teachers, the professors and staff, and then the businesses that support Reading Area Community College, especially in the megatronics program, but a lot of other areas. It is, in the truest sense, a community college, and it makes college or 2-year certificates. In some cases, I know people that go in to take one course. They make it actually affordable. It is an incredibly affordable opportunity, and it works. Our enrollment, unlike many schools throughout the country, the enrollment at RAC continues to increase, and that happens because they have a great product to offer. So congratulations to the Reading Area Community College. Secondly, noted that we'll be in Harrisburg for the County Commissioners Association of Pennsylvania conference. I'll be arriving there Saturday evening. We have an event Saturday evening. Sunday, Board of Directors meeting in the morning. In the afternoon, I sit on county governance, and so I'll be in the county governance meeting. On Monday, we'll have the president of the National Association of Counties speaking in our morning opening session. Looking forward to hearing from Mary Jo McGuire. And at noon, Governor Josh Shapiro is going to be addressing the conference. Always good to have the governor of the United States, I'm thinking I was just at NACO, the governor of Pennsylvania. That also could have been a Freudian slip for some people that kind of know where some things might be headed. But it's very good when the governor is willing to come and speak to an association of counties. It says as much about the association as it does about the governor's willingness to come and speak. So we're looking forward to that. There are a variety of breakout sessions. I won't go over those, but I believe in addition to the three commissioners, Kevin Barnhart, Larry, Carmen are going. Christine is not able. Christine is very active, though, in CCAP as well. So we will look forward to hearing what everyone learned when we get back for our meeting next week. The last thing I want to share, I had the opportunity last week to participate in Connections Work reentry simulation. This is something I've never done in my life. And I have to admit, when I first got the invitation, I said to Anne Marie, what in the world is this? I've never, a simulation. What's going on? Well, I was so glad that I went. And there were a number of folks from Berks County government that were there, the warden. We had some folks from domestic relations, APO for sure. I'm not sure about JPO. We may have Area Agency on Aging. Our solicitor was there. Commissioner Santoni, Lynn Burns was there. I was there. Anne Marie. I'm trying to think if there's some others that I'm missing. But it was just great to see. And what happened when you sat down, went through an orientation, we were all handed a little packet. We were given a first name, but a first name of an actual person and the circumstances on which they are coming out of jail. It was an incredible experience because for the first time in my life, I got an inkling of what the challenges are a person faces coming out of jail, whether it's a county jail, a state prison, or federal prison. The interesting thing is, and I shared this data, on a county jail, consider these four numbers: 3,995, 3,993, 759, and 151. Now, why are those numbers important? 3,995 are the number of commits to the Berks County Jail in 2023. 3,993 are the number of discharges of the Berks County Jail in 1993. Effectively, in county jails, virtually everybody that goes in is coming back out in one way or the other. 759 is the average daily population of 2023, and 151 is the average length of stay. And the question becomes, what are we doing with that length of stay to prepare individuals to be in the best position possible when they get out to not come back? To put it as bluntly as we can, we use the big word recidivism. Recidivism costs the county money, it costs taxpayers money, but more importantly, it is an indication of lives in turmoil, not just the life of the individual going through the system, but every life that they touch directly. So I want to share two testimonials, and I asked permission to share those. The first one is from Jessica Wilson, Berks County Area Agency on Aging. She said, I would just like to mention how lucky we are to have Connections Work assisting with reentry into the communities. I was given an extremely challenging situation during the simulation, as I am sure most were, and was truthfully, and listen to this, relieved once I returned to jail. It was much easier to return to jail than having to face the continuing challenges and roadblocks I experienced during the simulation, as it felt quite impossible to be successful after re-entering into the community. The simulation was a true eye-opener to the challenges faced when re-entering into the community. We are lucky to have Connections work to assist with this re-entry process, and the simulation made it very clear without them, recidivism rates would likely be significantly higher. I think the simulation was a great experience and would highly recommend it to anyone. Thank you for the opportunity to attend. The second one comes from our warden, Jeffrey R. Smith, warden at the Berks County Jail System. I was glad I had the opportunity to attend the reentry simulation last week. It presented participants with difficult decisions and unexpected events that make staying out of jail or prison a large hurdle. It was frustrating for me, as well as all of the others, to try to accomplish all the required tasks given our scripted circumstances. Successful re-entry into the community is a difficult task and a complex process, since each person has different individual needs, histories, and each person's life path is unique. I have walked away knowing that proper planning and better access to services will make for a better re-entry back into the community. I'm going to close with my direct experience. I was handed the name of Scott. Scott was in federal prison for approximately 12 years. I forget the charge because we gave everything back, but it was a fairly violent charge. But I came back to and this is, so anybody recording this is not my reality. This is the reality of the simulation. So I was living with my girlfriend in her house with her 2 children, and I had a son that I had to connect with. And we broke up 1 hour into 4 weeks. Each week was 15 minutes. And you might say you can't do anything in 15 minutes. Well, the benefit was all the agencies that I had to see were all in the room, and everyone had a table. And those agencies ranged from probation to a place to get identification, to buy food, the homeless shelter, jail, halfway house, help me out here, the blood bank, social services,
House of
worship, all kinds of different things. I consider myself a fairly smart person, and I don't mean that arrogant. It was overwhelming. By the end of the time, I was down to $5. I lost my home. I lost my family, and I was back in a homeless shelter. I tried to give blood multiple times to get money, and everything's by chance. You have cards that you flip over. I think I got tattoos twice and was turned down. I failed a drug test. At one point, I got a great job, $320 a week, which is considered a good job, but I had to go for drug testing. I failed the drug testing. It's overwhelming. And I thought, the first thing I need to do is go see my probation officer. I waited in line, got to the probation officer, and realized I didn't have my state ID. I had 2 of the 3 forms of identification, and they said, you need to come back once you get your ID. Well, at that point, a lot of other people realized the same thing, and there were about 40 people in line for the ID, and I didn't get anything done my first week. Nothing. Because I was still in line for the ID. I came out of there, and we had a panel. And the panelists all have gone through the system. I knew 2 of the 4 from different places. This was eye-opening. And I would encourage anybody that has an opportunity to participate to do that, but not for the sake of the experience. rather for the sake of learning. Because one of the things we can do a better job, and you heard it in the warden, Peggy and Nikki, Peggy Kirshner and Nikki Schnabel, the co-executive directors of Connections Work, we talked about it. Partway through, I said, literally, where's the table for Connections Work? I need help. I don't know what I should be doing here. And they said, we intentionally don't have that here. That wasn't an option. I didn't have somebody to help me go through the process. What I learned is we need to do a better job. And when we do a better job, we will do a better job for our taxpayers, because the fewer people in our county jails, the lower the cost of the county jail becomes. And I continue to highlight, and I saw it there, but Bob Patrizio, when you look at our budget, we just on Tuesday went over the the 2023 report. And once again, we saw one of the significant cost factors, inmate health care. It was in that report. So Peggy is here. Peggy, I don't know if you want to say anything, but we really appreciate your effort. I know the event was sold out. You weren't able to take anyone else. If you want to step up to the mic, Lynn will turn it on.
Thank you. I would just thank everybody for coming. We had about 30 folks from the county there, as you said, and it is very eye-opening. Nikki and I did it for the first time, did a part of a simulation several years ago, and we've both spent our careers in this field and certainly understand the challenges and can empathize. But I think going through the process of the simulation really makes it hit home, and that level of frustration and the obvious barriers that are sort of ingrained in the system, and some very, very counterintuitive things that the way things work and things that we ask people to do. So thank you so much for those who were able to come. At Connections Work, this is what we do all day, every day, is help people navigate these challenges. So we really appreciate it as an opportunity to help break some of the stigma, and people don't understand why folks coming out of jail might end up back in there, or why they might be very frustrated trying to do the right thing, and might seem like they have all the best intentions. And it's not excuses. There are things that kind of are just built into the system that do not help them succeed. So our plan, we were thrilled with the day and the response of the participants. So we're hoping to do this at least twice a year moving forward. So we will definitely get that information out when we do it again.
May I add something?
Sure.
The next Berks First magazine will have a feature article on Connections Work.
Oh,
It
great.
should be hitting everyone's door the middle of March.
Good point. Yeah, one other thing I should add, since a week was 15 minutes, I probably would have been near starvation, because I didn't spend a dime on food the entire 4 weeks because I didn't have it. I literally didn't have it. I needed to continue to buy bus passes to get to the different agencies. And that's where most of my money went, because I wasn't able to make any. So very, very interesting.
And just to add a great job, I know we pushed to have county employees there. There will be also one, this is a recovery simulation from SOS Berks, but very similar to what they did. And it will be April the 17th from 1 to 4 p.m. And this will be specifically for Penn State Berks students and for Berks County employees, including the courts and raw officers. I'm going to ask our COO team to help get this information out there. Now that we've had the warden and some other people go there, hopefully they can see who they need to send from their department to be able to help get this message out. Because it's when you work on a daily basis in a certain field, you kind of get numb to what goes on around you. So I think this is a good opportunity for many of our employees to see what some of their clients may be going through. So when I ask that we push that, I need to find out how many seats we have available, because they do fill up pretty quickly.
Great. Thank you very much, Commissioner Rivera. With that, any comments from row officers?
I do not have any.
Okay.
We did get clarification. Michael was correct. It is Tompkins Community Bank.
Okay.
Clarify.
Yeah, I think a lot, just in defense, a lot of that stuff, it gets, when it's put in place, that's how it's named, and it kind of sticks there. I was pretty sure I was where it had changed, so not a big deal. Joe.
Mr. Chairman, just wish you a happy birthday. You
Oh,
don't
thank
look a
you.
day over 65.
Well, that's good to know. So with that, we'll open public comment. Any public comment in person? Yeah, there's one online. George Holland, Ole, hi commissioners, with the admirable work the county has started regarding passenger rail, I'm wondering if there's any additional work being done to attract people from nearby cities. The area has so much to offer that people might not be aware of. Thank you. So I would point to two things, one direct, one a little bit less direct. The Visitors Bureau actively promotes the area through a variety of advertising sources, regionally, some nationally, but a lot of it is regionally. They have a magazine that just came out. We actually have some over in our offices that they do every year. It highlights the activities, many of the hospitality venues that are available, museums, just a lot of different areas. So they do that directly on an annual basis, and they are funded in part through the hotel tax. In Pennsylvania, the legislature many years ago established a hotel tax, and in most counties that is specifically designated to hospitality, visitors bureaus, but also in our case, Convention Center Authority. I believe that was established in 1997. About 20% goes to the Visitors Bureau, the hotel tax, about 80% to the Convention Center Authority. The other less direct form is the economic development efforts, and they really occur in two organized areas. One, through the work of Pamela Mennett, and she is our Director of Community and Economic Development in the Imagine Berks strategy. This is part of that, attracting businesses which ultimately work to attract their employees or their upper level folks to move to Berks County. And then we also partner with the Greater Reading Chamber Alliance. They promote the economic development, but they also do a great job promoting agriculture to our community and beyond the Berks County agriculture arena. So there's a very active effort underway. The county is involved in both the Visitors Bureau and then community and economic development on an internal basis, and then partnering with the Greater Reading Chamber Alliance. Any other comments?
Nope, you covered it all.
Okay. That brings us to the end of the agenda. Motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
The meeting stands adjourned.